Now we come to the second question, that is read the sentences and answer the questions. First question says, go ahead and buy whatever you need, dear. So who said these words and to whom? It's quite clear that Manjula said these words to Manjula. Like when Manjula said that, mother, I need some extra money so that I can buy some art supplies, like she wanted colors and paints and everything. So at that point of time, Manjula's mother said these words, right, to Manjula. Then our second question here is, what did the person spoken to buy? Did the person buy whatever was needed? Well, the person spoken to means the person who is the listener over here, who is listening to this text. Who is this listening to the text? That is Manjula, right? So what did Manjula need to buy? So here, of course, the person spoken to, I haven't actually precisely included Manjula's name in the second answer. But why have I done that? Because it was not asked. If it is not asked, you can even mention the person as the person spoken to. It's not very important that you mention the entire name of the person. You can also use this phrase, the person spoken to, which refers to Manjula again. I have not mentioned in this answer that it refers to Manjula. Acha. So the person spoken to needed to buy art supplies. Okay, what some art supplies? What art supplies? That is colors and paints. So this person who is spoken to needed to buy some art supplies such as colors and paints. Then what is the question? Then the question is, the second part of this question only, did the person buy whatever was needed? So well, it hasn't been very precisely mentioned if she bought it or not, but because later in this chapter we see that she also showed her painting to her mother. Of course, it's common sense that she couldn't have painted without the art supplies. So of course she maybe bought the painting materials. Okay, so that is the point, that it hasn't been precisely mentioned that Manjula whether she bought the art supplies or not. But we know that later how she showed the painting, that she showed the first painting of hers to her mother. So technically, of course, she maybe bought the art supplies or the supplies she required, or how could she have even done the painting, right? If she could have not done the painting, how could she have shown it, right? But here the buy we mention, yes, the person then bought the requested materials. Sorry, it is not requested, it is required materials. That the person, that is Manjula, whatever material she needed, she did she did buy it. What happened the next day is our next question. So very simple, the next day Manjula showed her first painting to her mother. We did not write Manjula's mother's reaction after seeing the painting over here, because it was not asked over here precisely. So it is enough if you just mention that Manjula actually showed her first painting to her mother. If you have like 3 marks, 4 marks on this question, then you can also mention what was Manjula's mother reaction on the Manjula's painting. What was Manjula's mother reaction? Manjula's mother was very surprised and awed on the beautiful appearance of Manjula's painting, and she never expected Manjula to paint so well, right? So that will be your answer if your question is both 2 or 3, if your question is both about 3 or 4 marks. Okay, one more thing. Here you can see colors. We have written COLOURS. Now you might be doubtful about it. Let me just tell you that this color spelling we have written here is the Indian variant, and this color without a U, right? We normally will write color like this in the whole chapter, but actually some of you might say that, ma'am, color spelling isn't that, you can cut the U or something. So just wanted to let you know that this color is the American variant, but since this whole story is an Indian story, we can understand the names, then calling the mother Ma, the title, or like the surname of the girl, the we have the author who is Indian. So of course this story is based on a girl who is completely Indian, and it is written off from Indian origins. It also mentions about Hussein, who is from India. He's of course an artist from India, right? So the great Indian artist Hussein. So everything is Indian over here. So the variants, the spellings also explode are from the Indian variant, and better when you write answers for this, you write in the Indian variant only. Okay, then here we go. Then 2a, what is 2a? Please don't say that ever again is our sentence based on which we will answer these questions. Who said these words and to whom? We know that these words were spoken by Manjula's father. Manjula's father was saying that to Manjula's mother. He was saying to his wife that, see, Manjula, very good that Manjula is nowadays, pursuing her interest for art, pursuing her passion for art. But please understand this also, that today she wants to buy watercolors. It's okay, it's not very costly. Tomorrow she will want to buy expensive canvases, then oils, and my whole salary then will be spent on doing this only. So Manjula's father was quite worried about that, and he was speaking that instead try telling her that maybe she adopts a useful hobby like cooking or stitching, which can actually help her out, right? So that's what Manjula's father said. He kind of discouraged Manjula, because Manjula's father also, he also had a point. How could he bear all these expenses? And we have not been addressed, like it has not been addressed, the financial condition of the Parelkars has not been mentioned over here. But from the analysis, from the from the entire story analysis on a basic concept view, we can think that they are not very rich also, but they are of course both, they are having a good settled subsidence. They are not very rich also, not very poor also. They like Manjula comes from a middle class family background, we can see. So of course her father is also partially correct only, because it is not really possible to bear all these costs, right, just for Manjula's paintings hobby. So he suggested Manjula's mother to explain that what will she do about doing all these. Anyways, she cannot become any great artist with these handicapped hands. So he also kind of discouraged Manju that she cannot become a great artist with handicapped hands just because she has two fingers on each hand. So yes, that's it, right? So the answer will be Manjula's mother said these words to Manjula's father. 2a. Then we have who said these words to whom is done. Why did the speaker respond? So speaker means the one who is speaking. Who spoke this? Manjula's mother, right? So Manjula's mother is the speaker. And why did she say this? Why did she respond this way? Why didn't she say that yes, you are correct only? Why didn't she agree with Manjula's father? Because why? Here we have it, the answer. The speaker responded in such a way because she wanted to discourage any negative comments or doubts on her daughter Manjula's artistic abilities. That means she did not want to entertain, or she did not want to encourage any comments which were against Manjula, which can discourage Manjula, or any disappreciating comment about Manjula's abilities or Manjula's painting abilities that has been mentioned here by me as artistic abilities. So the speaker responded in such a way because she wanted she wanted to discourage, or you can also write she wanted to, yes, you can also write discourage, you can also write ignore, but in my perspective discourage is a better vocabulary you can use. Or you can also say the speaker responded in such a way because she did not want to encourage any negative comments or disappreciating comments on Manjula's artistic abilities, because she had a firm belief on her abilities, on her capabilities, right? Means the speaker was firmly believing that the speaker, that means Manjula's mother, had a firm belief that her daughter, that is Manjula, can do wonders if she was appreciated enough, if she was given a spot, if she was given the right opportunity. She had a firm belief that her daughter can actually do wonders, and hence she did not like, or she disappreciated, or she ignored, or she discouraged any kind of negative comments or disappreciating comments or doubts on her daughter Manjula's abilities, artistic abilities. So that will be the perfect answer for this question, which is short and crisp. Well, continuing, the next question, or the last question from 2 is, how did their conversation affect Manju? So this conversation was not to affect Manjula. Why? Because of course this conversation was between Manjula's mom and Manjula's dad. But well, Manjula mistakenly overheard this conversation. What do you mean by overheard? जब आप छुप के कोई बात सुन लेते हो, मतलब कि when you overhear something, that means when you actually mistakenly something that was not required for you to hear, or something that the other people who are speaking did not want you to hear, you overheard that because you were you were maybe behind their room and you could hear their conversation, whatever they said, because but they personally, they did not want you, or they did not let you hear their conversation, so you can overhear the conversation. You can actually, you can how can you hear? You can hear your conversation, you can mishear your conversation, you can overhear your conversation. Overhear means listening to something that you are not supposed to listen. Suppose your friends are discussing about your birthday party in secret, and they tell you that you go away from here, we will discuss a secret plan. But you are very curious about what your friends are discussing, and hence you stand behind the door of the room where they are discussing about the surprise they are willing to give you. So of course, as they're planning to give you a surprise, they wanted you not to, they wanted that you would not hear the conversation, because you were curious, you just heard their conversation, and now you know their plan, right? So that is what is being mentioned over here, that Manjula overheard the conversation. So the answer will be, the conversation was overheard by Manjula and she felt very upset and discouraged. Of course, her father was saying that with that handicapped hand, how can she even become an artist? So if anybody says this, of course the Manjula will feel discouraged, Manjula will feel upset, right? She gave up on painting, where okay, you can probably cut on to make it sound more like less redundant. Anyways, she gave up painting, or gave up on painting, but I cut painting to make it short and simple. She gave up painting and tried to help her mother in cooking because she felt it was more useful than painting. Actually, she did not have this philosophy. She overheard her father saying that cooking or sewing is a better option, or a more useful hobby she could adopt. So what she did, she felt like, okay, father is saying that my painting is a burden on him, he cannot bear my expenses of my paintings hobby. So, and he also told that it is of no use, and how could I, he is right, how could I even become a popular artist with this handicapped hand? Manjula felt discouraged like this, that she can never attain or achieve her goal. So she gave up painting. She threw everything into an area from which she planned never to pick up it again. And then she tried helping her mother with cooking, because her mother also could get some help, and she felt like, okay, in that case, let me help my mother. So that is why. So Manjula felt very upset and discouraged. She gave up painting and tried to help her mother in household chores and cooking, because she felt it was more useful than painting. Then we have the last RTC, or reference to context, over here. I am sure you would have won a prize. Who said these words to whom? And now we see that here, of course, if you have if you read the story, if you read the story for once or twice, you would have understood that the lines are said by Amol, that is Manjula's brother, right? So Amol said these words to Manjula. So let's look at the answer. So here it is. This can be of 1 mark, that what is Manjula's brother's name. So Amol, Manjula's brother, said this to Manjula. Simple answer. Then the next question is, why did this what prize? Means the speaker is saying that Manjula could have won a prize, right? But what prize is he actually referring to? Means what prize could have Manjula won? They want to know what was that prize. So the speaker referred to the prize that Manjula could have won on the spot painting contest. Like there was a contest, no, on the spot painting contest. In what you have to do, you have to sit, and on the spot they'll give you a topic, you have to paint on that topic. Or the topic is already given, but on the spot you have to sit live and you have to draw. It's not like you draw from home and come. So that is an on the spot painting contest. I have already explained in the explanation video of this entire chapter, which I've already posted on my channel. So the speaker referred to the prize that Manjula could have won in on the spot painting contest. Now competition, contest, anything you can say, of course. That is done. Yes. Okay. Then what prompted the speaker to say these words? Now first you have to understand the meaning of the question only. What prompted means, suppose you don't know an answer in your school and one of your friend is whispering the answer into your ears. That means your friend is prompting the answers to you. Okay, he or she is prompting the answers to you. So means he or she is letting you answer, so that you can answer with ease. So what prompted the speaker to say these words? Means what caused, you can say, or what forced, or what made, or what led. Yes, this would be the best. What led the speaker to say these words? Your friend is leading you, and what cause? What is the cause? What led the speaker, that is Amol, say these words? What led the speaker? Amol believed that his sister Manjula was a great artist and could reach higher heights. Right? For his firm belief, he believed that Manjula could do it, so he said so. Now we look to the answer. Yes, Amol has said these words to encourage Manjula. So Amol said these words just to encourage Manjula after she had decided that she will participate. After she had decided to participate in the contest. That what contest? On the spot painting contest. Then expressing his firm belief. What do we mean by firm? Firm means something that will never break, or something that is अटूट बोलते हैं ना हम. So expressing his firm belief. Firm means you can also say confident. Means he was confident that his sister was capable of getting the first prize. So Amol had said these words to encourage Manjula after she decided to participate in the participating in the contest, and Amol was expressing his firm belief on Manjula's extraordinary skills and qualities. Here you could cut this phrase also and just express that he was just believing on Manjula, but since he was more precisely, you can write that he believed on Manjula's extraordinary skills and qualities, or you can write Manjula's artistic abilities. You can also write that. So I have well and good discussed these questions. I have also explained the meaning of every and each question very thoroughly in these 20 minutes. In the following minutes, we will also discuss these questions now. Let's now discuss these questions.